Warning, this show has outdated attitudes, language, and views which may cause offense today. If you don't like it, suck it.
This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
In the first age, in the first battle, when the shadows first lengthened, one stood. He chose the path of perpetual torment. In his ravenous hatred, he found no peace, and with boiling blood, he scoured the unknown plains, seeking vengeance against the Dark Lords who had wronged him. And those that tasted the bite of his sword named him
Stone Cold Loki. Humanity, look how far you've fallen.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. Right off the bat, I've got to say thank you so very much, Chef Zilla, for joining the Loki's army, and this is just for you, brother. Skull! A big Godzilla skull for you, Chef Zilla. Thank you so very much, brother, for keeping the lights burning bright here in Valhalla right out of the bat. Thank you so very much. And good morning, Dave G. Sound, Purple Valkyrie, and Samantha Joe. The Valkyries are here, ladies and gentlemen. Dave G. Sound, good morning, Project Storytime, Chris Persia, and B Geek. Let's talk. Good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Bartleby. Get her done, by golly. Good morning, Nicole the Blind Mage, Mark the Infinitely Tired, Sit Room, Keely Chow, Roll Tide, Keely, Roll Tide. How is everybody doing out there this morning? Adega Outlaw, greetings, brother. Greetings, Sit Room, Dee Dee Myers. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Gun Bunny. Chris Persia, the wrench of wrenches, is here. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody out there this morning is having a great morning, a kick-ass morning, guys. Spike and Madness. Yes, it is Morning Skull, everyone. This is crazy. This is some crazy shit I caught last night. Mark's been talking about it in chat. And Psycho Dwarf 9, good morning, brother. Mark has been talking about this since last night, since apparently, I don't know the difference between AM and PM, that two writers that work for Wizards of the Coast that have been writing the Dragonlance series are fired. They are let go. Their contract dissolved because of the color of their skin. Ain't that a bitch? Dragonlance creators Margaret Weis and Tracy Hickman filed lawsuit against Wizards of the Coast. That is the company that owns Dungeons and Dragons, because of a breach of license agreement. for their Dragonlance series. And just for those of you who don't know, this is the Dragonlance series. These are all the books in the Dragonlance series. Margaret Weis is featured prominently. Hickman is featured prominently. Weis and Hickman. Look at all those fucking books they've written for this series. Look at all those books they've written for this series. And they're fired over SJW politics. The soy has to stop. $30 million lawsuit. $30 million lawsuit. And they bent over backwards when Wizards of the Coast said these stories have to conform to a new level. You have to rewrite characters. You have to bend the knee. You have to pander. Rewrites. Retellings. Changing characters to conform to the way they want things to be. They did it and they still fired them. They still let them go. And why? To cover their own inadequacies. To cover their own inadequacies. They fired him. This is what happens. This is what you get. They were hired by Wizards of the Coast to write a new Dragonlance trilogy. They were under contract. In March 2019, the negotiations between the parties hereto culminated in a new written licensing agreement whereby Weis and Hickman were to personally author and publish a new Dragonlance trilogy in conjunction with Penguin Random House, highly prestigious book publisher. By June 2019, Wizards of the Coast received and approved a full outline of the first contracted book in the trilogy, and by November 2019, the publisher accepted a manuscript for book one. Weis and Hickman, in turn, sent the manuscript to Wizards of the Coast, who approved it in January 2020. They approved it in January. They even encouraged Weis and Hickman to work on subsequent novels. That means part 2 and part 3. Then, on August 13th of this year, they declared that it would not approve any further books or any subsequent work, effectively repudiating and terminating the license agreement. No reason was provided for the termination, and the termination was wholly arbitrary and without contractual basis. The termination was unlawful and in violation of multiple aspects of the license agreement. The termination also had the knowing and premeditated effect of precluding publication and destroying the value of their work, not to mention their publishing deal with Penguin Random House. The craziest part of all of this was they were embroiled in a series of embarrassing public disputes. Do you know what that means? That means those SJW bastards were going after them for race politics. They were going after them as ists, phobes, and Yahtzees. Public disputes where it's non-Dragonlance publications were being pointed at for isms and phobes. I'll just fucking say it because I've had enough of this. Racism and sexism in their books is what they were being pointed at. And that wasn't even the Dragonlance books. That was their other books. Moreover, the company itself was being vilified by allegations of misogyny and racist hiring and employment practices. That means get rid of the white people in your company. Get rid of the white people in your company. The employment practices in respect to artists and employees unrelated to Dragonlance. And Psychodorf 9, I do not know why it's not letting you super chat, brother. I don't know why. You can try refreshing your browser. I don't know. YouTube has been systematically screwing with us for the last week. It's not sending out notifications. It's not letting people resubscribe to the channel after they've been unsubscribed. I don't know, Psychodorf 9. I don't know. Make sure you are still subscribed to this channel. If you are not, and it will not let you, YouTube is seriously been having an issue the last week. We have lost 30 subscribers in the last week. And people have told me that they've tried to resubscribe and they can't. From Psychodorf 9, I thought that we won the color dispute in the 60s. From Purple Valkyrie, thank you so very much, Psychodorf 9 and Purple Valkyrie. And Skull! Little Jason Voorhees there for you. First thing in the morning. Thank you so very much, Psychodorf 9 and Purple Valkyrie, for keeping the home fires burning. Thank you. So I'll read that again. Wizards of the Coast was embroiled in a series of embarrassing public disputes whereby its non-Dragonlance publications were being pointed at for racism and sexism. Moreover, the company itself was vilified by well-publicized oh my Lord, I can't talk this morning. Allegations of misogyny and racist hiring and employment practices by and with respect to artists and employees unrelated to Dragonlance. Unrelated to Dragonlance. It had nothing to do with Dragonlance. It had absolutely nothing to do with Dragonlance. This is what they got. Weis and Hickman are informed and believed and based thereon allege that a decision was made jointly by Wizards of the Coast and its parent company Hasbro Incorporated to deflect any possible criticism or further public outcry regarding Wizards of the Coast's other properties by effectively killing the Dragonlance deal with Weis and Hickman. They did it to cover their ass in the future. That's the only reason why they did this. That is the only reason why they let these two people go. These two authors. The upshot of that was to inflict knowing, malicious, and oppressive harm to Weis and Hickman and to interfere with their third-party contractual obligations, all to Weis and Hickman's severe detriment and distress. There's the lawsuit, folks. It goes into detail how Wizards of the Coast requested sensitivity rewrites. I'm not fucking kidding here, folks. Sensitivity rewrites is what they're calling them. Sensitivity rewrites. Remember that. In fact, it states that Weis and Hickman accommodated such requests and provided rewrites, in one case, 70 pages. 70 pages of rewrites in book one because of sensitivity rewrites. Sensitivity rewrites. That is what we are looking at right now. That is what we are looking at them doing right now. You need to go back and you need to rewrite 70 pages of the first book because of sensitivity rewrites. No, they don't, Colin P. Smith. They don't have the copyright to Dragonlance. Yes, Trinoculus P. Politically sanitized for your protection. They put the face masks on Dragonlance. And Chris Persia, Jesus. See, this is the kind of stuff we're fighting every single day with YouTube. Please, guys, make sure you are still subscribed and that the notifications are on. Because it is screwing with us every single day. Every single day. 30 subscribers gone in less than a week. And it's not sending out notifications. At no point in time was there any indication of any problem with the writing or rewriting process of the books. In fact, given that the process was moving forward, Weis and Hickman also informed Wizards of the Coast that they had completed book 2 of the trilogy titled Dragons of Fate. They had already finished book 2, and it's never going to see the light of day. This is it. This is it. Weis and Hickman are done. As soon as they filed that lawsuit, it's done. They're never going to get their book deal. They're never going to finish their book deal. This is it for Weis and Hickman and Dragonlance. This is the end of their stories. This is the end. And a $5 super chat from Psycho9. Hammer is dropping. Thank you so very much, Psycho9. And because you had so many problems, brother, I hope you
Stick around.
And I'll give you one more. Thank you so very much, Psycho Dorp 9 for the $5 super chat and keeping the fires burning here in Valhalla. Skull, brother. Thank you. Wizards of the Coast interfered with this business relationship. They interfered with their business relationship with Weis and Hickman. They interfered with Weis and Hickman's relationship with Penguin Random House. And they're suing for $30 million, split in 3 ways. They're seeking $10 million for breach of contract. They're seeking $10 million for breach of implied duty of good faith and fair dealing. And they are seeking another $10 million for interference with the contract. This is what you get when you go woke. When we talk about get woke, go broke, this is what we're talking about. They have tried to destroy the careers of 2 wonderful authors that did nothing wrong. All so they could get them out of the way and hire diversity. So I'm going to ask you a question, chat, and it's a question I put right in the thumbnail. If you think Weis and Hickman were fired for the color of their skin, throw 1 in chat. If you think Weis and Hickman were fired for the color of their skin, throw 1 in chat. If you don't, throw 0. I won't hold it against you. I will not hold it against you if you don't think they were fired for the color of their skin. We've got a 1 from Purple Valkyrie. We've got a 1 from Mark the Infinitely Tired. 1 from Trinoculus P. Samantha Joe 1. Chris Persia 1. Didi Myers 1. MB Geek 1. Mary's Game Room 1. Soul Assassin 1. Gun Bunny 1. Sit Room 1. Rambling Canuck 1. A Dig Outlaw 0. Spike and Madness 1. Lord Thoth 1. James Andrew Morrison 1. Paul Addison 1. Jedi Bill 1. Psychodorp 9 1. Seems like 1 from Curry. Shockwave, they fired women for diversity. Yeah, a white woman. Colin P. Smith 1, but it sounds like there's more to it. Oh, I think there's more to it too. I think that's only part of it. Nicole the Blind Mage 1. They weren't going to fall in line. But they were, Nicole. They were. They did 70 pages worth of rewrites for sensitivity. Sensitivity rewrites. Lord Thoth, honestly, I'd want to know a lot more details. Bartleby 1. Shellback 1.5. Teleroth A 1. Project Storytime 0. Politics, not race. Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom 1. Monster Fan 1. So, they did the rewrites for sensitivity. They changed characters for sensitivity. Why, oh, why were they fired then? It spells it out in the lawsuit. Wizards of the Coast was under attack for their hiring practices. They were being called sexist, racists, misogynists because of their hiring practices. They informed Weis and Hickman that they would have to do sensitivity rewrites, and Weis and Hickman rewrote 70 pages of book 1 to conform with Wizards of the Coast requests, and Wizards of the Coast approved the book. Book 1 was approved. Book 1 was written in different languages. Everything was going smoothly. When suddenly, Boom, it's done. They're gone. Because Wizards of the Coast was under attack for their hiring practices. You've got two people that had worked with them and written. I'm going to show those books again just for anybody that missed it. Look at that. Look at all that. Weis and Hickman. Weis and Hickman. And Purple Valkyrie, do not kneel. It never makes SJWs happy. No, it does not. No, it does not. It's never going to be good enough. Ever. They're going to eat you alive anyway. They are going to go after your work. They're going to go after your job. They're going to go after your livelihood. They're going to go after everything you care about anyway. They do not care if you pander to them or not. It will never be good enough. Sensitivity training equals wrong think. That's right. That is right. Propaganda. Mind control. Brainwashing. James Andrew Morrison. I have all Weis and Hickman's Dragon Gate series, and they are great books. Great books. They were told to change characters and change the story. We want gender flipping. We want this person to pander. We want this person to think this. And Weis and Hickman did it, and they still got fired. They still got their contract terminated. And now they've got to sue. Shellback, TJC, politics, identity politics, race, however you want to slice it. D&D has been a cornerstone of my life for over 30 years. Ever since the first game I played. Ever since that first D&D game. I wanted to see that world. Ravencroft. Hell, I wanted to live in Ravencroft. I wanted to be a part of that realm. And this is what it comes to. This is all they care about. Bad Steven Seagal beat up Safe Space with a $2 Canadian tube chat. Sorry, Loki. I had to immortalize hashtag Loki Seagal. Don't be sorry, brother. I absolutely love the avatar, dude. Absolutely love the avatar. Thank you so very much, Fat Steven Seagal. Just for you, brother. Some Jason Skull. Thank you, brother. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. Skull. Dave G. Sound. Honestly, though, in a corporate environment, if you are involved with any external relations issues for the company, you would be written off as a liability. They weren't, though. That's what it specifically states, Dave G. Sound. They weren't. They weren't embroiled in any issues. The issues were all things in other departments, not theirs. No one had a problem with the Dragonlance series. No one had a problem with the Dragonlance series. It was all other departments. It was all other departments. I just cannot believe, and I'm going to bring someone in here in just a second, someone that can give us a little insight. into some of this because I am not an author. I am not an author. I am a radio talk show personality. That is what I do. That is what I bring you every single day. Not all of this. Bruce Lombardo with a $4.99 super chat. Such a shame that corporate America wants to follow the financial suicide of the whole Pied Piper. I completely agree, Bruce. And just for you, brother, score!
There it is! It's you! Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
And I am joined with the one and only writer and doctor, Bodega Outlaw. Greetings, brother.
Hey, good morning. I don't know why my avatar is not showing up, but there is a lot to this. Don't get me wrong, I'm very pissed. Wizards of the Coast is a bunch of names that I will not repeat, but skin color is a very minor point. I don't know if any of you have been following Wizards of the Coast over the years. They have one of those child-loving issues in many departments. They also have a lot of other sexual deviant issues in a lot of their departments. And they have been facing various different assaults from people trying to have their voices heard because of the terrible things that is going on within the company. So the best thing they could do is cover their butts by making a stink and making it look like, hey, we're woke, we're with you guys. Let's write stories that match. And our true Dragon Age authors happen to be ones who wouldn't kneel to Wizards of the Coast. They only took it so far and said, screw you, we're going to sue you. So it isn't just about skin color. It's about the actual higher-ups in the company, along with higher-ups in the actual Wizards of the Coast, the Magic the Gathering tournaments. The people that they hired to run those are pretty deviant people. It's their attempt to try and point the finger at somebody else instead of having people point the finger at them. They're actual very horrible people. And this lawsuit should have been for a lot more than $30 million. This Dragon Age stuff has been coming out since the 70s, early 60s. Dragonlance, Dragon Age, all the whole thing. I think they picked on the wrong people finally, at least in that company.
Oh, yeah. The $5 super chat from Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom, Bigots of the Coast, proving my rule number 147 is absolutely right and must pay well to be stupid, or so many people wouldn't do it. Thank you so very much, Admiral. And score!
There it is! It's you! Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
And we've got another $5 super chat from Psycho Dorp 9. It's not just that they hate everything, they don't want you to have anything. I would completely agree with that, brother. Thank you so very much, Psycho Dorp 9. And these two are just for you, brother.
Long live the fighters!
Spartans! What is your profession?
Thank you so very much for keeping the fires burning bright in Valhalla, Psycho Dorp 9. Skull, brother.
Wahoo!
Yeah, oh!
It's the writing community happens to be some of it is still hanging on and doing well, and some of it's an absolute mess. And it's all about covering people's inadequacies in the companies. Well, I wouldn't feel too bad about the two authors. They're going to win this lawsuit pretty easily. The other thing is there are other companies that would gladly pick them up and take their stories. They, as far as I understand, they have the copyright to the whole thing, and Wizards is going to walk away much poorer and very defeated and exposed. And more than likely, someplace like Tor will pick these two authors up and say, "Hey, bring those uncompleted books. We're gonna print them here," and they're gonna be fine. But they're also gonna have their vengeance.
They will. They will. You talk about vengeance. We'll talk about this kind of vengeance.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Will Mark will not be supporting Wizards of the Coast.
No, I gave up on them a long time ago. It's been years. You want to follow somebody who knows more about the inside workings, because I know some, but you can also, who is it? The Quartering. You can look up his library all the times that he talks about Wizards of the Coast. He had to fight, and it didn't go very well for him at certain points. And plus, he's completely banned from Wizards of the Coast because of doing exactly what I said, exposing the
hypocrisy.
Well, not just the hypocrisy, but the predatory practices of some of the people in it, using their platform to actually become predators of those who should not be touched, if you know what I mean.
What the hell happened to sitting down and playing a game? Right. What the hell happened to that? Because and Bartleby, if Bartleby's out there, he can back me up on this. 8 years old, we sat down and I played as a mage with a bag of holding. He played as a orc with a damn diamond bit fucking club. We had a friend playing a paladin. We were just having fun in another realm. That's all we were doing, was having fun in another realm. Why can we not just do that? Why does it have to be like this? Why does it have to be like this?
You have terrible people who use lies and cheat and steal and put their names out on various different media as authoritarians. These companies, with some of these CEOs who are not paying attention, allow these people to get into the companies. They take over and then they destroy it from the inside. This is why we see it over and over again, because the same MO is for each one of them. They are trying to normalize these were the people that if you saw them when I was a kid, they would have been ostracized and humiliated for the terrible things that they were doing, picking on animals, picking on other little children. And they were, in one way, shape, or another, taught that civility, proper manners, respect for others is the way to go. You cannot bulldoze over other people simply because you feel it's fun. Now these people have the money, they have the power, and they're doing it to others. And this is the time, like you said, this is the time where we don't kneel, where we don't sit down, we don't shut up. We get these voices up loud. We get our opinions posted, no matter how many times they take them down, no matter how many users or subscribers they take away. You keep shouting, you keep yelling, you keep telling, and you keep supporting all these people who are trying to keep things civil, trying to keep things creative, and trying to keep things beautiful. And don't let these cowards of humanity have a voice that forces down the brilliance of people like these two authors, trying to get them to sit and to shut up and to obey. Well, no, not at all. Not here, not in Valhalla.
No, not in Valhalla. Never in Valhalla. And the fact that D&D is being systematically destroyed and shit on because of all of this, I can't ever support it. Even if they were to change 180-degree direction and say, you know what, we're not, I can't. You've already gone too far. You've already gone too far.
Well, the best thing in the world is to have this lawsuit go through, to have everybody have, like I said, their voices, whether it be the voice through the pocketbook or be the voice of opinions on different blogs or shows like this, to where the company runs so far out of money that they have to sell off the IP, and D&D will be bought by somebody who will actually respect what was before, and it will happen. It may take a heck of a fight, but it'll happen. I
Well,
gotta
the
scoot.
fight is
I
coming.
needed to
All
get my
right, brother.
opinion out.
All right, brother. Thank you so much for coming on. Adega Outlaw, author of Evolution, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, brother. We are in a fight, ladies and gentlemen. We are in a fight for our content. We are in a fight for the things we love. And we are not going down without that fight. If we go down swinging, we go down swinging. If by doing this, if by covering this, YouTube wants to completely destroy my channel, that's their choice. I am at the mercy of their choice. They want to take 30 subscribers away from me every week until I'm nothing. That's their choice. That is their choice. If they want to treat me like the quartering, it's their choice. And Fat Steven Seagal, I'll go down if she asks me to. Some of us don't have to be asked, Fat Steven. Oh, shit. D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. Artists use lies to tell truths. Politicians use truth to sell lies. Something like that. Spike in madness. Yes. Can we move you over to mines? Vigilante Williamson. Dega Outlaw is right. This is really the hope for a lot of IPs. Let's hope these companies starve and sell off the IPs we love. God, I hope so. Bring it down where we, the people, could buy D&D and bring it back to what it used to be. Fuck 'em, Loki. Just start another channel. We'll find you. Fuck 'em. Damn straight, Dave G. Sound. If I have to, that is exactly what I will do. I will not go down without a fight. I will stand in the shield wall and defend Valhalla till my dying breath. In fact, Steven, you needed to laugh. I do. After this shit, I do. And Chris Berger, you gentlemen are so toxic. I love it. We are. Bunch of toxic males. Bunch of toxic white males. It's all you are. That's what I get in my hate mail all the time. Trailer park trash, I believe. Considering I grew up where I grew up, that's really funny. That's really, really funny. What are you implying by saying that? What are you implying by saying that? And another $5 super chat from Psycho Dwarf 9 Tech Crunch. Justice Department is suing Google. No shit. No shit. And thank you so very much, Psycho Dwarf 9. Here's something just for you, brother. Skull!
It's gone. Do I really look like a guy with a plan? You know what I am? I'm a dog chasing cars.
That's what I am, is a dog chasing a car, and that car is fucking conformity. That car is fucking SJW politics. That car is get woke, go broke. And you know what? Anybody who talks about that message like it's bad can fuck right off. I don't care who you are. If you want to sit there and you want to badmouth, get woke, go broke, you can go fuck yourself. Because that is exactly what is going on. That is exactly what these companies are doing. That is exactly what everyone is seeing is get woke, go broke. Anybody who argues that can fuck right off. That is what these companies are doing. That is what Hollywood is doing. And let me tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, that is what the gaming industry is dipping into. All because of people, and I use that term loosely, people like Anita Sarkeesian. They want to bend over backwards. BioWare did it, and look where they're at now. Look where BioWare is at now. All because they bent over backwards with Andromeda, and they spent all that time making sure it was a woke, diverse piece of shit. Look where they're at. They didn't even have time to finish their own fucking game. No expansion packs, no sequels, no extended core story. It died before it ever got to live. All because of SJW woke pandering bullshit. It died. A quick death. BioWare is not long for this world. If it wasn't for EA, they would have been destroyed with Andromeda. Same thing with Star Wars, folks. Same thing with Star Wars. And the same thing goes for Marvel Comics and DC Comics. AT&T is trying to right the ship at DC, and they're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to because they're doubling down because they're going, well, we can't sync now. We're under AT&T. We can't sync now. We've got AT&T backing us. Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom, the problem is that telling them to go fuck themselves is wrong. Even they have better taste than that. Just an observation. Shockwave, both have worked for Bantam Books where I first met the two with the Dark Sword. I want to see more of them. We're not going to get more Dragonlance. We're not going to get more Dragonlance. Not the way it is now. Those books are tied up in a lawsuit. Believe someone mentioned earlier, I'm going to try and scroll back to it. I think it's gone, though, into the ether. Yes, it is gone into the ether, but I do believe that, let's see, no. Someone mentioned it earlier. I'm trying to find it, but I don't think it's still there. That they will be that they will be under new names. You're going to get the books. They'll just be under new names. What do you guys think? Do you think that I think D&D's done? Wizards of the Coast has completely ran it into the ground. I do not see any future for this. And like Adega said, that they'll sell off the IP. They'll go bankrupt, sell off the IP. There's too much of this going on to cover everything. It's just too much everywhere. The financial backing can't cover all of this. And I'm gonna tell one last story before I get out of here, and it's a story I told before. It's a story I've told before, and it's about D&D. And it was the craziest fucking thing I'd ever seen. There was a woman who did an interview about her and her partner playing Dungeons and Dragons. And this woman talked about how when she was in high school, she would spit on those geeks. Spit on those geeks playing Dungeons and Dragons. She just walked by and she couldn't be bothered to play something that's stupid in high school. She just spit on it. She's in her mid-30s now. And for the last 2 years, this woman has played Dungeons and Dragons with her partner. But there's a problem. It's not enough for them to just play it. They have to change it. They have to change the game. And not just the game they play, but the game everyone that plays it to conform to their way of playing it. This is a person who never enjoyed this game until they saw it on Big Bang Theory. They saw it on Big Bang Theory, and suddenly they had to be a part of it. Oh, I watched Big Bang Theory with my partner, and oh my God, I didn't know how fun D&D was. I would have spit on those guys in high school for playing it. It was just dorky. I never have anything to do with it. But then I saw it on Big Bang Theory while I was scissoring my girlfriend, and oh my God, now I have to play it. Now I have to watch it. Now I have to change the entire game to conform to me and the way I am. This is what we are dealing with. You don't care that people have spent the last 30 odd years, 40 years, 50 years playing this game. You don't care where it came from. You don't care where it originated from. You don't care what the point of it is, which is to have fun. All you care about is your SJW woke crap. That's all you care about. That's all you're ever going to care about, because you're just big piles of shit. You want an entire game to be rewritten, not just for you, but for everyone, because it doesn't conform to your specifications. It doesn't conform to the way you think it needs to be. Before I get out of here today, I want to wish a happy birthday to my little brother, Jeff. Happy birthday, brother. This one is just for you. Skull, brother.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Tonight, we've got a great show coming up with 24/7 Fusion Media and Clobbering Time. Until then, everyone, take care, and I will see you all next time on Mornings of Mischief. Eras of Chaos! Purple Valkyrie! Samantha Joe! Doctor and author Ortega Law! Guardian Citroen! Baby doll! Mexican Iron Man! Mark is infinitely tired! Speaker for the dead! Guardian Lady Miss! Guardians of Asgard! The Guardians of Valhalla! And the Wrenches of Valhalla, Samantha Joe, Purple Valkyrie, and Chris Persia! Goodbye, everybody.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.